Hello, 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 YouTube. Welcome back to the final episode of this week of Real Talk Therapy 101 with your girl, Ebony. So glad to see you guys today. Hope you're preparing to roll into your weekend as we conclude this self-love introduction into self-care. And so this is going to run into a couple of weeks because like I told you guys earlier this week, before you can really know what self-care means to you, you got to fall in love with you again. And so today's episode is action-packed. We're going to get it all in. We're going to recap the week. And I'm going to look forward to you joining me next week as we continue this or going through these uncharted waters as you learn how to enjoy yourself again. Because remember, at this point in life, whether you're in, early adulthood, middle adulthood, or late adulthood, you have gone through so much thus far, and it feels like life be life, and as we be saying, but there's always a pathway. There's always some calmer waters. There's always, light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to keep going. And for any of you that are new joining us here on Real Talk Therapy 101, we have real life conversations. We don't call it therapy. We don't call it mental health treatment. We are talking about how to deal with our mental and how to take care of ourselves mentally. And remember, I always told you guys, if it's not something that I can do within my scope of practice, in my certifications, if you reach out to me, I will definitely link you with some really, really good certified people who can help you along the way through those things that I can't help you with. And in the behavioral health world, that's called continuity of care. But like always, before we get into this good conversation, we feature a t-shirt of the day, kicks of the day, and bag of the day. But today, your girl is going to introduce you to some multiple Coach bags that came in a set. And it was a just because gift from the plug. And so I rarely ever get to carry all three pieces. So today, as I'm traveling for work, today I decided to break out all three so I can carry all of my items that I need. But at any rate, today's customized shirt says, if you want peace, prepare for war. And that's real talk. In order for things to get peaceful in your life, there's going to come some type of turmoil that you're going to have to end up dealing with. And the first feature of our bag I have on, it's a fanny pack. You can see the dinosaurs, Coach. This was featured last year in May. The ensemble had just came out. And again, y'all know I don't brag. I just talk about what I got going on. So they were putting it in the window. And my plug was telling them to just throw it in the bag, like old Fabulous said. So here's the other part. There's a backpack. Oh, let me get my Snapple out the way so y'all can see. There's a backpack and there's a tote. So inside the tote, I have two MacBooks. I got a newer version. I'm holding on to my older version just in case some stuff crashed or I need some stuff. So that's in there. My little essentials is in my little backpack here. And for our kicks of the day are none other than the olive green Vapor Max. So we thought those would bring out the features of the shirt. And for those of you that are just joining, or if you're not somebody that I actually know in real life, I love Army Fatigue. Any shade, any color. I just love the blend of fatigue colors. Now again, red is my favorite color. You see little olive nails. I try to get my nail tech to find out if they have some Army Fatigue nail polish. I even told them that I would buy the polish because I'll probably be the only one that want to use it. But they started talking in their language, so I don't really know if they said, yeah, we're going to get some for her because she consistent, or she might be foolish because it ain't no such thing. But I'm going to try to look it up. If I find some, I'm going to take it to my next appointment. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I get. This little Snapple fruit punch. Trying not to drink soda and come off some stuff. I got a long way to go. But I discovered Snapple Fruit Punch, and it is the absolute bomb. I also want to say, too, I have a slight addiction to crushed peach soda, and I cannot find it but a couple of places around here. So if you guys know where I can find some crushed peach soda, I'm going to put a picture of it at the end of this video. Please hook me up with where I can find some by the case, preferably, because there's no caffeine in it. But again, it's not like a Coke or a Dr. Pepper or anything like that. So help your girl in that nature. So let's dive into our conversation today. I told you guys on an earlier episode, I love watching movies, love music, and the John Wick, I can't say trilogy because there's 4 of them now, so I don't know what the word is after that. But the John Wick series is what I'm going to call it. You know, you're introduced to Winston, who owns the Continental in New York, who's really good friends with John Wick. And when they killed John's wife, if you haven't seen the John Wick, you know, the series and things like that, I don't want to spoil it for you. But throughout this movie, this man who's an assassin, he's a part of this association, he wants out so he can spend time with his wife. And when he wants to get out, they kill his wife. You know, and it's all these codes of I was about to say codes of ethics, so that's work related, but just all these codes of this association that you have to abide by, and there's certain things you can't do. But on the Continental grounds, no matter where you were, there was no bloodshed. That was supposed to be a safe haven for everybody, even if somebody was looking, you know, for you to kill you or whatever. It's not supposed to happen on the Continental grounds. So Winston has this very, very good relationship with John Wick, and one of them, I can't remember if it's in the first one. I know his wife gets killed in the first one. Then he gets his dog, and they kill that man's dog. And I'm trying to tell y'all, everything that he loved, they messed with this man's car. When they started messing with everything this man loved, blew up his house, whatever, all bets were off for John Wick. Plus, he had already told him he wanted out, so he didn't care what went on. But Winston was still a part of, oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Because they say, I'm gonna remember it and try to set to it. You know, you have the high table or something like that, the big table, and then they come, and when you break the thing, stuff has to happen to you. There's consequences for your actions, choices and consequences. It says, and Halle Berry in one of them. When I tell you Halle is bad, I think she was in the third one. My girl bad. She bad at everything that she play. But at any rate, John Wick, he breaks these rules and he kills on Continental ground, and now he's a wanted man. He has no safe haven. He has no protection, so he has to go look for, you know, these higher ups to protect him. But once he done that, and he's like, Winston, I just want out. Why can't they just leave me alone? And Winston says this infamous line, for me anyway. He says, if you want peace, you have to prepare for war. So when we start talking about self-love and putting yourself first and being there for yourself and putting everybody else to the side, you, my friend, have to start preparing for war. Because the minute that you tell people no, and the minute that they can no longer use you at their disposal, they no longer have access to you for what they want, the minute that they feel like you're no good to them, because now you're protecting yourself, you're guarding your own heart, you're guarding your own peace. Now that you're in that space, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. All because you chose to put you first. And, you know, I told y'all, we were taught that that was selfish, but it's really not. For a long time, I believed that, and I didn't even put myself first. But I guarantee you, when you start putting yourself first, you find out who your real friends are. You find out which relatives were only reaching out when they needed something. You find out how valuable you really are on these jobs. You really find out who your cheerleaders are when you start telling people no, which is a complete sentence, by the way. Now, when I think and ponder on that statement that if you want peace, you have to prepare for war. When you begin to love yourself, there's going to be a war going on around you. Everybody that you love is going to be at war with you because they don't have you at their disposal like they used to. Your job is going to be at war with you because they can't use you like they once did. Your church family or different people, and it may not even be this, but just people in your circle are going to create war with you because they don't want to just let you be. Sometimes you just got to give folks their space and fall back. Pen and paper still works, y'all. Email still works. If you ain't want to go and get me a little card and drop it in the mail, even if you don't know my address, if you know about where I live, put it in my mailbox. If you see my mama somewhere, and a lot of people do that, but I have never been the one to drop off the radar. And so when I did, it was amazing for me to find out who would go to what lengths to try to see if I was okay. And when people have access to you because you don't love yourself enough to say, I'm tired, I can't do it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to go. And y'all see me with my little makeshift bun today. I keep trying to get my niece Nay to put my hair up in a bun, but she a teenager now and she ain't got time for me. But I just rolled this hair up because I wanted to demonstrate what it physically looks like when you're getting ready for war. Females, we gotta cover our hair up because some girls who don't know how to fight want to pull hair. I ain't never pulled no hair. I'm coming in here with this. We gotta fight. So I didn't want you to get to these good braids that my girl Isha did. She slays. I gotta go see her in a little bit. Y'all know how my hair time go. Y'all been following me this far. But at any rate, if I'm gonna get in a physical fight, I'm gonna put this hair up the best way I know how, and I'm gonna keep rolling. But when you're in a mental fight, how do you prepare? When you're fighting with your emotions and fighting with your loved ones and fighting with people screaming to say, I'm tired. How do you prepare? And that's what we're going to talk about next week. I ain't giving you all that today. I'm just letting you know that throughout this week, we have shared interventions, coping strategies, different ways to begin to fall in love with yourself again. Because when you get ready to go to war, you're going to be the only one on the front line that has to fight that. When you have to say how you really feel about a situation and there's nobody else there to speak for you, there's nobody else around to convey the message for you, and some people won't receive the message unless it comes from you. So now you got to say it. And you get ready to start a war. I guarantee you getting ready to start a war. And in order to fight mentally, you've got to learn how to put your guard up. And putting your guard up, we've all been taught, oh, you're not supposed to do that. You should know. I got to protect myself. The same way I jump in the line of fire for somebody else, I need to poke my chest out and stand up for me. It's time for me to open my mouth and say how I feel, no matter who it offends and no matter who dislikes it. Can't be Mrs. Nice Guy all the time. You can't. Now, I was the one that my family and my real loved ones, my real cheerleaders know that I don't play with people because I don't play with them. But I would let some random out here stress me to the point of high blood pressure. That didn't make no sense. And it was killing my cheerleaders to see me allowing somebody to take away and peel away from who Ebony is. If I can tell my family no, I should be able to tell a random no. I should be able to say what I will and won't do when it comes to a job. Thank you. I'm finally at that point to where I'm not going along with the terms that you want to offer. I'm telling you what the terms are, and if you don't accept, cool. Take care. I'm going on. I've been about it. But I started bowing down for the sake of trying to spare randoms, people who didn't even care about me. It's some people who loved me to death when they saw me on a daily basis, who have yet to ring my phone, and my number ain't changed. But because I was always the one reaching out, it was never necessary for them to reach out. Then when I started breaking ties and burning bridges, remember, because some bridges need to be burned, the foundation tore down to the ground. It don't never need to be a pathway built up for you to even get back that way in your life. That's how real it is when you start doing that self-care within yourself. That's how real it is. You got to take a break from some of this stuff. Now, I don't mind telling nobody in this world no, but I still struggle with telling my grandma no. So I tell my grandma no in some kind of footy ways, you know, like I make a joke about it, and then I kind of go on. And definitely when it comes to my mama, I ain't got time to do that. Mom. I ain't got it strong enough in there to kind of tell them the no with some bass in my voice. But I can definitely tell you how I allowed people outside of my inner circle to take advantage of me. I prepared for the war. And when the calls didn't come, when the texts didn't come, when I got off Facebook and people who only could communicate me, not only could communicate with me through Facebook, but they had my number. Just because I'm not on Facebook, you don't even pick up the phone to call. But then you're around here asking people what happened to Ebony. I'm still around. I'm still in the same place. I'm still surrounded by the same people. My in-laws are still the same people that y'all see that's on Facebook. And a couple of people did reach out to get in touch with me that way. When you went through the lengths of reaching out to somebody that you know how to get up with me, then I know I mean something to you. And when I make the connection with you, if the conversation was really about how you been doing, girl, I miss you, then we still in contact. But if the conversation was about, oh, what happened with such and such? Oh, what went on there? Oh, I've been trying to get up with you to find out who went with there. I don't know. I don't talk to them folks no more. And I made it my business not to talk to them folks. So when folks like you ask me what was going on with them, I could tell you I don't know and not be lying to you about it. I don't know. We don't cross paths anymore. And I didn't understand what that meant when I used to hear people say it. When you reach a new plateau in your life, you are in contact with a new level of people. I roll with the big dogs. So I don't even know how to reach the little dogs anymore. I don't know. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. What I'm saying is I'm working to rise above. It's some stuff I'm just not. I remember what happened. I know that it happened. I know where it happened. And I know how it happened. But I don't allow my mental to dwell back there anymore. In my mind, I have burned that bridge down to the freaking ground. So don't ask me about that. Ask me what I'm doing now. Come have a real conversation with your girl. Get on this YouTube. Let's do it. Ask me what I'm doing now. Ask me how life is now. And that's what you got to tell people. Don't ask me nothing about the version of me that I am working to get past. Because not only are you preparing for war with these outside people, you got to prepare for war on the inside. If you're an addict trying to get clean, those urges, those triggers that want to get you to go out here and spend your rent money on that drug or that addiction or that woman or that man or that nonsense, and you not know how you're going to pay your rent, that's war. You got to fight those feelings. Those are triggers. Some are external, some are internal. But you gotta know how to even go to war with yourself when you're trying to go to that next level. Ebony fought with Ebony a lot of days. A lot of days. And for what? For what? We already know what we need to do. We already know at this point how to begin to do it. We already know it's going to take some time to be by yourself, to get to know yourself. So when the mate comes, you're prepared to let them know what you will and will not deal with. Or when the job offer comes, you're prepared for the negotiations at the table as to whether you're going to take $10 an hour or $50 an hour, because you know the work that you produce. When the time comes for you to get back into whatever, go back around those people, places, and things that you had to avoid while you got yourself together, you will know how to conduct yourself in that environment and say with the biggest smile on your face, I'm good. How are you? You set those boundaries. You set the tone for who and what can come around you. And you don't feel no ways tired about it. You don't lose no sleep. You don't lose no energy. You don't be around here not eating. You don't be fluctuating, going back and forth, worried about this. You ain't got no headaches. Because you don't fought with that stuff. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's war. It's internal warfare. And you got to equip yourself with the tools that you need to fight it. Those of us that go back to school at my age or older, school is crazy. School is just crazy. And that's my opinion. School is crazy. They want me to do too much. But the reality of it is, they don't want me to do no more than they would have wanted me to do if I would have went 20 years ago and got this master's in social work. So I set out on this journey. I got in this boat for those uncharted waters, and now I got to fight to get to the finish line. I loved myself enough to chase my dream instead of making everybody else's dreams come true. The skill set was there. And not being cocky, I say this confidently. Your girl know what she's doing when it comes to this job, and there's plenty of employers out there that know it. They know it. But when I let my guard down, when I changed my barriers and my boundaries to accommodate other people, when I accepted less than what I was worth, when I allowed the Jim Joneses to get in my ear and give me a little bit of the Kool-Aid, I got off course. My boat was somewhere way yonder, and I won't never trying to go there. But the minute that I set my sights on me again, the minute that I became who I am again, the minute that I did that was the minute that I woke up and I realized that self-care had to start with self-love. And the wars are internal and they're external. So when we're talking about triggers, the internal triggers are those things that we feel, those emotions that we struggle with, that stuff that we carry, those burdens and things that aren't even ours to carry. The external triggers are those people, places, and things that are around us that get in our ear, get in our way, just get all up in the space, and you don't know how to move none of that stuff out your way. Now is the time to learn how to do it. Get ready for war. Get ready for war. The people you used to get high with, they're going to talk cash junk about you when you start trying to get clean. They're going to make you feel like you a bum for trying to get off drugs. The people that you used to work with, that used you, that used you to the ends of the earth, they telling the story from their point of view to try to make you look bad, not realizing that you done went higher and better and bigger. And when people see you now, they're like, dang, that ain't her. I don't know what them folk talking about. The friends that you used to go to the ends of the earth for and do whatever for, that decided that when you said no to something, or when you stood up for yourself and said something that they didn't like, they didn't want to ring your phone. Guess what? I don't want to talk anyway. I'm trying to watch Ratchet TV and lay up with my husband when I get off work. All of the things that I thought I had to have are the things that I needed to be without. And when you recognize that, when you feel like, oh, I have to have somebody, I'm telling you, when you get in a relationship and that mess goes to the left and it don't work out for you, you're going to remember, if you come on and have this conversation, you're going to remember me telling you, you have to be ready before the relationship comes, because you're going to lose yourself if you're not sure of yourself. You're going to jump at a job because they making it sound good. They telling you they going to give you everything, but you ain't going to never see a contract. You ain't going to never see nothing in paper. And your first couple of checks are going to reflect what you think you going to get. Then they going to flip the strip on you. And then you're going to be like, this ain't what they said and this ain't what they did, but you didn't accept this job. And now it's kind of hard for you to go out here and find another one because you're stuck in your mind. You're stuck. You look around at these people that's supposed to be friends with you. They going on trips and doing stuff, and you sitting around like, dang, ain't nobody call me. Everybody call you afterwards. And you don't see what's going on because, you just ain't in the loop. Or you see everybody posting stuff on Facebook. You like, dang, my friends went on a cruise and ain't nobody asked me to go, ain't told me, ain't did nothing. You sitting at home watching Ratchet TV, and you probably don't want to be doing it. You have to begin to know who you are. Pick yourself up out the mud. Don't be quiet because one or two people made you feel like they didn't want to hear what you had to say, because it's 3 or 4 people out there that need that message, because you were designed for whatever your purpose is on this earth. Nobody can fulfill your mission but you. And just because the people that you wanted to be in your amen corner ain't there, is some of us back here waiting to hear what you got to say so we can say amen. Don't let 1 or 2 people stifle your voice. Y'all see, I ain't let my niece stop me from putting this makeshift bun on top of my head. I had to get ready for war, so I put my bun on. And I got on here to talk to y'all. Come on. Self-care, self-preservation, self-awareness. All of those things are what we're getting ready to embark on in the coming up week as we continue this series on self-care. So this week, Self-Care 101 was about getting to know you again. So as we go through these journeys of now, I'm getting to know myself, I got to be able to make other people aware of what my new standards are, what my new, boundaries are, who I am and how I am, so that it's never any misinterpretation when I say something, when I do something. When I come from places, like I told y'all today, the way I'm yelling and screaming up in here, somebody would think that I'm mad. No, I'm passionate. I want you to get this. I don't want you to miss this. You look from the first video to this one, I'm sitting at the table talking monotone and trying to give you some good information. All because I wasn't sure how this was supposed to look. And now look at me. I don't even care. We're doing whatever we're doing. But I got some stuff coming up, y'all, because I'm going to learn how to do a little introduction. And the girl get ready to make this thing do what it do. But more importantly, I want to make it to where it's as elementary as it can be, so nobody misses what it is that they need. You all have a vision. Write it out. That's the first thing. So this weekend, during your self-care, when we come back next week, I want you guys to comment, share, subscribe, like, but I want you to come back on this video and be like, hey, this weekend I wrote down this because this is what I want to work towards, because we're going to help bring those things into fruition. There's life and death, and there's power in the tongues that speaks life and death. I'm gonna get it right, but y'all know there's life. What we put out is what we take in. So quit putting out there that you tired or going through this and you can't handle this and you can't. Put out there, look, this right here is a lot, but I got it. I'm going to give me some rest and start over tomorrow. Stop being the barrier. We're the biggest barrier to ourselves, especially when we believe what other people want to tell us about ourselves. That's modern day slavery, because don't nobody know you better than you know you, baby. And you matter. So enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. Your girl is definitely going to do that after, this work day comes to an end. Get ready to get it started. Be safe out there. Remember, do something with yourself, but whatever your vision is, whatever you really want to do in life, even if you're already doing it, write it down. Come in the comments and share it with me as we continue this journey of self-care. Like I said, this is 101, so we're going into self-care 102 next week. And so you guys be safe. Do something specifically just for you. Parents, if you got to put the kids to sleep first and then look at the Emoji Movie or something this week, take care of your priorities and all that good stuff. But then do what you want to do, but do it safely and in the confounds of your own, home. Or if you go out here in the world, just make sure you get back safe. And if y'all want to go out here and drink and drive, do holler at your girl, because we are certified and can help you take care of that DUI or that DWI. Now, I ain't saying go out here and do it just so I can have a little business, but if you want to take that risk, holler at your girl. We can help you get your license and stuff straight. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. Remember, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and let's continue to go through these uncharted waters as we make it to the other side of where we want to be. So until then, y'all have a good one.